Yes guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over how to go from 20% body fat to abs photo shoot lean. I'm going to go over real tips, how it actually feels, and I've got a good client kind of demonstration to go through with you guys. So let's dive in. Now, first things first, okay? Everybody wants to be lean. We all want to kind of have abs and whatever. That's what this whole channel is about. And I've been lucky enough to train hundreds of guys over the last few years and more guys recently that want to go from kind of that 20% body fat to that, like, that 10%, that shoot lean or photo shoot or just beach ready. Let's call it beach ready. I think that's the goal of this channel. I want to get guys beach ready, looking good. I don't really care about getting people shredded to the bone. I've done it, it's no good. If that's what you want to do, my friend, do it once and you'll never want to do it again. So I want to take you through like a client transformation of mine, and I want to be brutally honest with you guys and tell you what to expect, the truth, the reality of dieting, the reality of getting that lean, and everything this guy went through, okay? He's a very good friend of mine. I went to school with this guy. I was actually the best man at his wedding. So I'm going to put up his starting pictures here. This is Ennis at about 88 kilos, okay? Now, he'd been training for a long time. Had he been training right for a long time? No, we both kind of grew up training together, realistically. Although he has here 10 years of training history, in terms of like actual proper hard training and knowing what we were doing, we're talking probably a few years. We were typical bros at the start. I didn't know what we were doing. You kind of, like most people, we kind of learn on the job, if you will. Like at the time, all I had was like Scott Herman and Rob Riches to look at. And then I had Greg Plitt later on, who made me do 4-hour chest workouts and like 87 sets for chest, which doesn't help many people. But anyway, 88 kilos is our starting weight here. He's got a decent amount of muscle, yeah, because he's been training for a long time and he's got a lot of body fat on him, probably about 20, maybe even a bit more than 20% body fat. The good thing about that is that shows that over time he's been in a surplus, and as he's got stronger over time, we know that he would have built some muscle. So he came to me and said, Max, for the first time ever, I'm ready to dial it in. I want to get proper lean, okay? And so what we did is we obviously wanted to get him shoot lean, and this is how he finished, okay? So I'm going to put it up now instead of waiting till the end of the video, so you can see the guy got into great condition. If I put the two pictures together here, I think I've got some like side shots and back shots. I'll see if they're good enough to put up. But as you can see, a quality result. This is 88 kilos to 74 kilos, yeah? 14 kilos, and it took 17 weeks. Now, and I'm gonna tell you guys, yeah, if this guy didn't have a photo shoot booked, if he didn't want to get a result for like me and my business, he probably would have cashed out, or crashed out, should I say, a long time ago, because getting very lean is hard. And I want to give you guys honest advice on what he went through, okay? This man had to diet on very low calories. We had to get cardio very high. We had to get steps very high. Some people can get very lean very easily. Some people don't. Some people can build muscle very easily. Some people can't, okay? This is a guy that can put on weight quite easily, build muscle quite easily. But when it comes to getting very lean, it's hard for him, okay? And we actually had to push the shoot back a couple of weeks because there was just simply more fat to come off. And you don't really know these things. Like, you're looking at those 88 kilo pictures, you just don't really know until you're down there, you know? So I remember we went from like 88 to 78. We're looking, thinking, fuck, he's gonna have to push the shoot back. He can't do a shoot in this condition, okay? Now, he did a 5-day training split because he loves to train. We probably ran a push-pull legs upper lower. I think we ran a push-pull legs upper lower. Classic with all of my clients, I start him on the highest amount of calories possible with the lowest amount of cardio and food possible, and then we increase food and steps, increase cardio and steps over time, and slowly decrease food with the goal of maintaining as much strength as possible, because that should be your number one priority in a fat loss phase, maintaining as much strength as possible, which means probably maintaining as much muscle as possible. So over time, as his body weight came down, we started to come to life, okay? But you have to understand, guys, to get that lean, okay? I don't even think those pictures do him justice. He felt like he was leaner than that, right? He had to, this guy, a full-time job as well. We're talking getting up in the morning, 45 minutes on the Stairmaster first thing in the morning, full day at work, prepping his meals, taking his meals to work, leaving work in the evening, getting a good lifting session, getting home, finishing his steps. Like, it was a brutal one. And 99% of guys, I wouldn't have done that to. But when you've got someone who wants to get shoot lean, I get a lot of people say to me, I want to get shoot lean. I think, do you actually, are you really willing to like go to the trenches for 16 weeks for an Instagram picture? Most people aren't anymore, okay? That's why this whole channel is about being beach lean. Let's be lean all the time. Let's be lean, but not shredded to the bone. Let's be muscular, but not a monster. So I can go for a swim, so I can go for a run, go and hit a high rock session if I want to, go and play paddle with the boys if I want to, and then also go and lift with the bros and get a good lift in and still lift like respectable numbers. My whole approach is about building the complete physique, and I've got all the links below. I've actually got 50% off my complete physique course. It could be 50% off for the whole of September. And I'm also running a 12-week transformation challenge, which I run once a year, every year. The link to that is all below if you want to be coached by me personally. Now, over time, with the reduction in calories, okay, going from lean to very lean, there is going to be a reduction in strength, which tends to mean a reduction in muscle, okay? So it's very important, guys, when you're dieting down, you start on the highest amount of calories possible, yeah? You keep cardio low to begin with, then you ramp it up over time. The more you ramp up cardio and steps, the higher you can keep your calories. The higher you can keep your calories, the more muscle you're going to keep and the more of a life you're going to have, all right? Eventually, you're going to incorporate refeeds. When you got very, very lean, we incorporated a refeed every 7th day, where we would take his calories from a deficit to maintenance, fill the gap with just carbohydrates. He would fill up, feel better, weight would go up, and then drop back down to a new low. Eventually, we had refeeds twice a week, every 3rd or 4th day, okay? This is only from when you're going from lean to very lean. The majority of you guys just stick to your deficit. Now, one thing I want to talk about here, okay? Imagine if he came to me, 88 kilos, and I said, right, Ennis, let's go. We're going to go at 1,800 calories today. So we're going to start this at 1,800 calories, all right? I don't want you having carbohydrates after 6 p.m. So you're just going to put them in your first 3 meals. I want you doing half an hour of cardio 7 times a week, and I want you doing 15,000 steps a day, okay? Only black coffees, you know, no diet drinks and everything like that. How do you think it would have gone for this guy? He would never have lasted 17 weeks and stuck it out. He only lasted 17 weeks and stuck it out because we were able to ramp up intensity over time. Because when you've got a lot of body fat to do, it is a marathon, not a sprint. I advise you guys to do the same. If you have a lot of body fat to come off and you really want to take it off and keep it off, you have to start slow. Start with a very small deficit, increase cardio, slightly bigger deficit, increase cardio over time. Don't just throw the kitchen sink at it, slash your calories in half, and end up basically crashing and burning after 4 weeks, okay? Now, another thing I want to talk about that gets overlooked, yeah? A lot of people do these 12-week challenges. Like I'm running a 12-week challenge, but every single person that jumps on that challenge, I will force them to go into a reverse diet, okay, with me. And if they don't want to do it, I'll kind of tell them how to do it themselves, but I always advise people to do a reverse diet. Imagine if this guy goes from 88 kilos, yeah, eating whatever he wants, just doing a bit of training, no cardio, to his calories got low, guys, probably down to about 2,100 in the end. Cardio is like 45 minutes, 5 times a week. Steps are super high. Imagine if I'd have said to him, oh, thanks for the shoot pics, Ennis. See you around. He would have gone, oh, great, you know, sweet, I'll finish this, right, fuck, I'm knackered. Why am I gonna do 45 minutes of cardio a day? Let's get rid of the cardio. Finally, I don't have to do 12,000 steps a day. I can actually finish work and just go home and chill. All the food I've been missing, God, I haven't had pizza for so long, I haven't had sushi, I haven't had this, I haven't had alcohol. And he starts plowing calories in. He goes from 2,100 to 3,500 calories a day. He goes from 45 minutes of cardio 5 times a week to nothing. And he goes from 12,000 steps a day to maybe 6,000 or 7,000 steps a day. What do you think happens to his physique after 6 weeks? It'll be 10 kilos fatter, like that, boom. You have to take yourself through a reverse diet after a fat loss phase if you want to have a good physique in the future. The 4 to 8 week period, time frame after the end of your diet is the most important time. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I've got loads of videos on reverse dieting. I literally take you through whole examples, maintenance phases. I go through all of it. So guys, if you want to watch those videos, just type in Max Rogers reverse dieting. And again, all the links below if you want my help on a one-to-one level or just want a good course that's going to help you with your training. If not, it's all good, and I'll see you in the next one.